What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our Moderna update video, and it is a great day because we are at that level that I've been talking about for a while. I've been saying 145, had that level on the graph, and we got that today, so I'm really excited about that. We'll take a look at how Moderna traded some key support and resistance levels like we always do. We'll also take a look at some key pieces of news that came out that I think really helped the stock push up today. I mean, it's up 12% on the day. So, great move by Moderna. And we will lastly, just kind of get an idea of where it could be headed in the near future. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are. And I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. As we could see, we are up $15.98 on the day, which is 12.2%. Down $1 in the after hours, but still, we're up 15 bucks on the day. Can't complain if we lose $1, right? Taking a look at the NASDAQ, it was only up 0.69%. The Dow was down 32 points, which is 0.1%. And S&P was up 0.39%. So compared to that, Moderna being up 12% is absolutely phenomenal. And it makes me really happy because I've covered this stock for a little bit now. Let me get rid of the indicators. And initially, the point that I was covering it, we were falling. And then, at this 102 level, I talked about the push that I wanted to see. And I had this 145 line drawn for weeks now, probably, right? That's my goal for the stock. And I had talked about kind of wanting to reach that in the first half of 2021, which quickly became the first quarter of 2021 with the way it was trading. But I did not think we would get there in the first month of 2021. Again, I am bullish on Moderna. Did think it was going to go up, did not think it was going to go up this quickly. So I'm super happy. I know a lot of you guys have been, commenting down below that you guys were holding and losing money. But, with what we were looking at in my analysis, some of you decided to hold on, and I really hope that you guys were able to either break even or make some money on your trade at this point. And I really appreciate all the kind words you guys put down in the comment section. It really makes my day, so thank you for that. Let's take a look at some key pieces of news that came out. So a quick update was that 41.4 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines distributed. A little more than 22.7 million were administered. That's just a generic thing that includes both Pfizer and Moderna, so nothing really crazy for Moderna. But the other news that really pushed it up is kind of twofold, right? It's the fact that Moderna thinks that they are able to, first of all, that COVID is staying with us forever. It's going to become like a flu. And they are really confident in their ability to kind of keep, developing the vaccine, keep slightly changing it similar to the way that we do with the flu vaccine to keep up with the new strains, which I think helped push it up. And then the other news, I don't know if it's here. Let me see if I can maybe find it. But it's pretty much having to do with Merck, which is another, company, competitor, if you will, that was developing a COVID-19 vaccine after their phase 1 data that they received not being super promising. They have decided to end that vaccine candidate. So that is also good news for Moderna in that, one less competition that they have to deal with. Not that, Merck was directly going to compete anytime soon, but, still just down the line, like I said, if this is something that's sticking with us for a while and we do have to keep getting vaccines, the fact that, Moderna is able to kind of do that, A, and B, there's less competition in doing so is great news for the stock. If you want more news on everything that's happened in Moderna, I usually make those over the weekend, and I talk about kind of everything the company has coming, revenue, other candidates, all that good stuff. So feel free to check those videos out. But this one, let's get right into the stock price, right? So what we saw was we closed the week kind of here in the 130s. I talked about the potential of a little bit of a pullback, right? Because we were up so much in such a short amount of time. Clearly, right, in the pre-market, we saw that wasn't happening. We ran out right out the gate. We ran up. I'm talking too fast because I'm excited, but 147 we reached, which was kind of higher than my price target. And then what you see is we came right back down, tried to stay up at this 145, tested VWAP 145 again, couldn't hold it. Then we got this nasty fall that happened kind of everywhere in the market, except with Moderna, it wasn't nearly as bad. For Apple, if you guys watch those videos, it was a much worse of a fall, 144 to 137, and then we pushed up. And then what we saw was a couple times we were hitting up against this 145 level, acting as a little bit of a resistance, and then we pushed up into the close and the 147s. What does this mean for the stock moving forward? Well, if we take a look here, right, we're talking about the downtrend that we saw followed by this uptrend. This is a line that I've had drawn for a while now, since pretty much this fourth candle. And I said, this is a really important line for us to hold in the long term, right? Now, we don't need to hold that line still because we are up $47, $45 from this low of 102 that we set. But still, the fact that we are staying above this line means a really, really bullish uptrend for Moderna stock. And you know, I hope that it continues that in the near future. So what are future levels of support and resistance that I am looking at? Well, on the downside, I think with this 145 that we saw act as a little bit of a resistance when we were going up against it, could act as a little bit of a support now, right? So that's the first level that I'm watching. We are right here in the after hours, right? We're at 145.35. That's sort of the one thing that kind of concerns me. But I do think that, you know, we could hopefully hold that level and 145. If not, we could fall all the way to 135.77. But realistically, I think we find support somewhere in the middle of 145 and 135, kind of similar to how we did today with, you know, this 137 or 139. I'm not going to draw a line for us just yet because, you know, I think we need to validate a level. But I mean, if you would like to draw a line, I would personally draw it, you know, between 137.40s and kind of the high 138s. I think we could bounce there, right? So my first level of bounce I'm looking at is the 145 level. If we keep dropping, you know, that 138s is what I'm watching. And then if not, then 135. If that doesn't hold either, then we've got our EMAs, if you guys remember, right? Which our first AEMA comes in at 130.150. Then we've got this one at 126. So that's what we have on the downside. We've got some good levels of support, 145, 138's kind of here, 135, and then the AEMA at 131 if we fall all the way to that. On the upside, of course, we've got the 147 level, 147.43 that we were hitting up against today. And then 150, I think, will be a mental resistance for us. And then this 152.61 would kind of be the next point that I'm looking at. Not going to draw that on. Actually, let me just draw it on. Why not? Right there. And the reason I'm doing that is, you know, let me get rid of the indicators and I can point out the reason why. So if we go here, this 153.12 acted as a little bit of a resistance there, acted as a little bit of support there, a little bit of bounce there. And then when we started this drop back in mid-December, it acted as a little bit of support for one day, right? So 153.12 is my next target, assuming we can clear the high of today, and then we can clear 150. 153.12 is my next target. As I said, 145 was my goal, so I took off a third of my position today, not because I don't think it's going up further. Matter of fact, I've been really, really impressed with the way the stock's trading, but my plan kind of was to get rid of a little bit. So I'm locking in some profits, letting the rest ride, holding, again, still holding 2/3. So not a big deal there. I just wanted to recycle my money into new plays. But again, holding 2/3 of my Moderna, watching this push towards 150 and then hopefully 153. But one thing I do want to say is, and I've said this over and over again, and it's not happening, which I'm totally fine with, right? There could be a little bit of a pullback, which is totally normal, totally healthy, and I want you guys to not freak out. This line, right, we're all the way down at 126 and we're at 147, right? So it could drop a whole lot before it even gets to the AEMA at 131, which is about 16 bucks away, or this line, which we're about $20 away from. So a little bit of a pullback could be coming. Like I said, I'm watching those levels of support. Now, it could go sideways too, right? Even if it goes sideways, I think we... like the AEMA will slowly start to catch up and this line will slowly start to catch up, and that would be just as fine as it, you know, pulling back or pulling down. So either of those would work for me, but I do think that it's a little bit, I think it's going up a little bit too quick, too fast, so a little bit of profit taking could happen. Again, doesn't have to, right? I've been wrong when I said that before. We have gotten a couple days of a pullback, right? Here we got a pullback. Here we got a little bit of a pullback. Here we got a little bit of a red day. So it could happen, but based on what we've seen, it's continuing on up. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and are able to, take advantage of this move. Whether you're, holding shares that are now closer to break even, or you're making money, or you hopped on a trade, let me know down in the comment section, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time.